What's up, guys? Baxter back at you. Hope everybody's doing good this morning. So I wanted to get this video out last night and I didn't get around to it. I got a bunch of other stuff on the go. And this morning I got a call at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I've already been out on an emergency run to take care of people, and got a big old shift in and got a bunch of work done real quick. And so I'm back home. I am showered and ready to go, ready to give you guys this story before I lose any more time. So this is story number 4, another really good working man story. And I'm hoping that by telling this story, by sharing this one with you guys, I'm hoping to inspire other people to do the exact same thing if they ever find themselves in the position I found myself in. And so, okay, where do I start? So last night, walking my dogs, I was saying that I was going to tell you guys this story. So this story starts with me a couple of years ago back, walking my dogs. One night, just walking my dogs. I've kind of got my usual routine, a few blocks I go around home here. So on this particular night, me and the old dogs, we go out here, we take a right, we head up, get to the end of the block, we take a left, and then we take another right, and we're back here. We're coming up the street behind my house, right? And it's like a one male dog, one female dog. That's important to put into the story right now. And coming up the street, walking along, and my big girl, Charlie, she takes a leak. So she stops, and she's on this guy's front yard, you know, right there beside the sidewalks. Dogs do that, eh? So she squats down and takes a leak. As she does that, I look and I see this guy coming out his driveway, and he's looking and looking like, oh, this dog's taking a shit on my yard. That's what he thinks, because the dog's quiet. It looks a lot the same sometimes, right? So he's kind of looking at me like he's going to give me attitude, like he's going to be one of these male Karens. And I'm thinking, oh, here we go, right? This isn't going to be a fist fight or anything like that. He's an older dude. But this might be a bit of an argument with an idiot because he's thinking, you know, the wrong thing. So sure enough, I go, my dog finishes going pee and I go to walk away. He's like, hey. He's like, that he didn't just take a shit on my yard, did he? Well, so I looked at him, I said, female. I said, she's female. She squats when she pees. I'm like, she just peed, that's all. And he just kind of like, oh, you know, he kind of caught himself there like, oh shit, you know. So I said to the guy, I said, that's all good, you know. It's a common mistake people make sometimes, right? Don't realize like a female dog squats to pee, it looks like a dog taking a dog. It's the same kind of look. And it's dark out. This was at night, so it's already dark. So you got to give the guy credit. You know, he didn't know. And he didn't go off on me that bad or nothing. Like, he didn't come out just losing it, right? He right away, he kind of caught himself. So now I'm seeing, okay, this guy's not such a bad guy. You know, he's talking to me now. He's being nice. You know, he understands. And so as I'm talking to him about stuff, you know, I'm looking down at his yard. And you know how these old guys are. Their yard is everything. He's one of those guys. This guy's literally one of those guys. And by the way, before I go any further in the story, I won't drop this guy's name just because I never want to bring attention that people might not want, right? So it is a true story, but I'm just not going to drop his name. And so just so everybody knows. Anyhow, I'm looking at his yard, like I said, right? And he's got these patches where there's patches all over his yard, little patches where he's throwing like topsoil, the stuff you'd buy, like the good topsoil, black earth in the bags. And he's got these little spots all over his yard where he's been putting this little soil here and there. And I'm looking at that. So I asked him, I said, what happened to your yard there, boss? I said, you got these little spots all over, eh? He says, oh, you know, the goddamn squirrels, eh? You know. So I said, oh, shit. I said, that might be partly my fault. That might be Crash over here doing that to you. He's like, who's Crash? I said, Crash is my squirrel. I raised him. So he's running around here somewhere. He might be here now. I start calling him. I say, he'll come right over here, sitting on my shoulder here in a second. This guy couldn't believe it. He said, you got a squirrel, you know. I said, he's wild and he's free. But I saved him when he was a baby and I raised him. I guess that could be another story one day. And so then as we get talking more, even though he's one of these, my yard, He actually loves these squirrels, and he feeds them a little too. You know what I mean? So now you got two neighbors that have just met, and we both like squirrels, and we both like dogs. You know, we're both a little older, so it's kind of like the beginning of the show King of the Hill, where all the old guys are standing. It's like that now. Every time I go by, we're over there. We're all kind of shooting the shit, me, him, and a few of the neighbors, because I know everybody that lives around me, every one of my neighbors. So anyway, gets to the point where every time I'm walking my dogs, there's my buddy coming out, waving, saying hi, talking, like I say. And this is where the story gets good. One day, he comes running out of his house. Buck, oh, hey, oh, Buck. He says, I got to tell you something. Now I can see my old boyfriend here. He's got a problem, eh? You're talking to the right guy. You live in my neighborhood and you're nice to me, right? You got a problem? I got a solution no matter what your problem is, because I take care of my own. So he comes out and he proceeds to tell me, he says, I have been calling all over to contractors. He's like, I just need one little hole dug, like with an auger, maybe like 4 feet. He just wants to put up a clothesline for his wife, and he just needs one pole. He's like, I already got the other piece on the house. I just need a clothesline pole put up out here. And he's like, and these guys all want to charge me $2,000. You heard me right, $2,000 for a 5-second job. And I'm like, whoa, Norm. I'm like, don't pay that. Sorry, I shouldn't have dropped his name there. I'm trying not to. But anyway, I'm like, do not do that. Do not pay that much money for that. It's a 4-foot hole. I'm like, I've got an auger. I got shovels and everything. This was like a Wednesday or a Thursday or something. I'm like, I will be over on Sunday. You know what I mean? Because I had plans on Saturday, so I told him, I said, hang on. Sunday morning, right? I'm going to be here. I'm going to do that for you. And you'll have your hole. And he was telling me, he says, I'm going to put the post in and cement it in with, he's got a son, so they wanted to do that part, but they just couldn't get the hole dug on their own. Not a problem, right? So, one thing I forgot about this, I'll go back just a little, I apologize. This fella spent his life, he's retired. He spent his whole life working for the Canadian military. He was in the army. So he's a grunt in the army his whole life, this fella, right? And he's getting a little older now. There's certain things he can't do. He's not gonna be out there digging a hole like that. And he sure doesn't want to pay $2,000, and I don't want to see him pay that either. So Sunday comes, I bring home the auger. I bring home an auger from the shop. Just one of them hand ones, it's got like the T-handle on the top, right? So I bring that home, and a little track shovel, one of the skinny ones for cleaning bulldozer tracks and stuff, just like get down the bottom of the hole for him and whatnot. And I go wandering over there Sunday morning. And sure enough, his garage, the old guys are up. His garage is open and everything, and I go in there, find him, and hey, he's, oh, you made her. Hey, I said, I told you I'd be here Sunday. If I tell you I'm coming, eh? He's like, man, Buck, I appreciate this so much. He's like, I'd rather just pay you. He's like, $2,000, to dig this hole. I said, yeah, that is crazy. It is. I understand they got to take their machine there and this, that, overhead and everything else, but it's a 4-second job with a Bobcat, right? I could have bring a Bobcat. I didn't even bother. I'm not going to go bring a Bobcat there and an auger and everything. Like, these other guys might well have jumped out of the truck and done this job right there with a couple of shovels for $500 and walked away with a lot of money for 4 seconds work, right? And so anyway, I go out in the backyard there. He's got the spot all marked out and stuff. So I didn't even need to use the auger. It was pretty much just like sand. And I dig him this hole. It takes maybe 10 minutes of my time. No big deal, right? Dig the hole. He comes out, checks her out. I'm like, is that what you need? And he's, yeah, that's right. That's perfect. That's all I need, Buck. Me and the boy will take care of the rest. That was all I needed done. And so of course he brings me out coffee, and his wife brings out some bruschetta bread, which was like homemade and the best I've ever had. That right there paid for that job, let me tell you. But anyways, the old boy says to me, Buck, what do I owe you? And he's reaching for his wallet, eh? And I'm like, whoa. were you not in the military your whole life? He's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, and you're retired now. He said, yeah. I says to him, I said, I was born in 1974. Grew up in the 80s as a kid. I said, and, as a kid in the 80s, I was at home sleeping in my bed every night. And you were one of those guys out there protecting me. And I was just a child. Literally, you're protecting your country. You're serving your country. You're protecting the citizens of your country. Me being one of them as a child that couldn't have fought against an army as a child, right? This guy was there to fight for us. So I told him that. I said, you got to realize this. Like, I was just a little kid. You were in the military. You're keeping me and everybody else safe. I'm like, you do realize that you've already paid for this. Oh, come on. I said, no. You literally were protecting me and everybody else your whole life. You've already paid. Literally, you have already paid. You don't owe me anything. I owe you. You need something else, you call me. I still owe you. That's the way I see it. And he's never called for anything else, right? I still talk to him. He still lives there. He's still good. He's a good, great man. And to this day, if he needs anything, I'm going to help him. I would help any veteran around me like that I could for free. Always. I would always do that because, let's face it, right? They've already paid. At least in my opinion, they've already paid, So that's my nice little working man story for the day of something that I did. And like I say, if you ever find yourself in that position where you can help a veteran for 5-10 minutes, even if it's an hour or two, right? Grab a buddy or something. But think about that. If they're an older guy that's retired or an older girl that's retired, we're in the military, and they were protecting your ass when you were just a kid, in my books, they've paid. That's, I don't know what more I can say about that, right? But, so if there's anybody else in my neighborhood that sees this and needs a hand with something like that, even if you weren't in the military and you're an older person, someone's trying to pull something like that, you needed a guy to do a little manly work for an hour, and somebody wants to charge you $2-3 grand. Not in my neighborhood. No way. And I know every person by their first name, all the way around my entire block. I live in a good little neighborhood where we actually all know and take care of each other, right? So that's that. But your veterans, whether you're Canadian, American, I don't care what country you're from, right? Take care of your veterans. Take care of them. You know what I mean? So anyways, you guys, I love yous all. And it's going to be about it for this video. I'm going to cut her off. I already had my shower and everything, so probably just going to have a little cat nap for a while and get back up and carry on with the day. So I love you guys, and I'll see you tonight. Maybe I get a little workout in or something like that, of course. So falling behind on those right now. Just been so busy. Just been going out every night right now for a while. Like I say, I wasn't even supposed to go out this morning, and 4 o'clock in the morning, I got the call, and sure enough, everything was icy. I saw 2 different cars downtown this morning. The one car went to come around a corner, and his car just kept going and smashed into a curb. Wasn't going fast, so he was fine. I went to come up and stop, and my machine slid about 6 feet into the curb, right? My neighbor Julie with the store, she fell down this morning, and then when she went to leave, she went to turn the corner by her house, and her car went sideways. So and then the sidewalks, I almost fell a couple times too. They were just pure ice because everything melted yesterday and then just froze overnight, right? So I got the call this morning saying, hey, she's pretty rough out there. Like, it's just ice everywhere. So lucky for me, DK, thank you. Yesterday, he actually helped fill up the pails. We had some things going on. We were bringing a bunch of extra salt here. So that cut down half my work before I had to leave here this morning. I just threw a bunch of extra in the box, and away I went and got it done, so everybody's safe. But you guys all have a great day. I hope you're doing really good. I hope you have a great, whatever it is, this Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. So you guys all have a great day. I love you, and I'll catch you again. And remember, help your veterans because they helped you.